Grazie, questo conclude lo Startup Bootcamp e vorrei ringraziare tutti i relatori. Thank you to all of our speakers. You were absolutely fabulous today, and thanks for coming here and sharing your time and your experiences with all of us. Vorrei anche ringraziare le interprete che hanno fatto un lavoro molto difficile. E ho qualche annuncio. Dopo questo bootcamp, per quelli che vogliono continuare a parlare, chiacchierare, c'è un aperitivo allo Sheraton Diana che è organizzato in collaborazione con il nostro partner Indigene Digitali. E poi il prossimo appuntamento per il Digital Economy Forum sarà a Venezia il 10-11 maggio e il programma sta già sul sito, quindi sarà un evento molto interessante, molto diverso da quello. E adesso chiudo e l'ambasciatore farà l'ultimo saluto.
Bene. I'm going to speak in English. You know, I first of all want to thank, and I'm going to call them up in a moment, our team that made this happen. You know, it's not so easy to get things to happen in Italy, and our team at the embassy has put together an effort to generate this event. Last year we did Venice, and here has been a splendid example of, you know, bringing together the entrepreneurs and the you know, the would-be entrepreneurs in a way that's been I think very useful for all. I took away a couple of things. First of all, I want to thank you for coming and joining us. I think there's a lot of enthusiasm and energy in this room, and I hope you will take it out to all your enterprises and all your colleagues and all your friends in Italy and convince them that there is the beginning of a healthy and I hope dynamic ecosystem for digital work and the digital economy here in Italy. I have a couple of things I just want to note. One is I mentioned about ecosystem. It's really about trying to create a sustainable ecosystem in this area in Italy. One of the things I really noticed about today, as I did last time in Venice, was how much energy there seemed to be out there having coffee, having food. You know, a lot of this is about networking. I hope you will keep up with each other. I hope we can actually, in our next event, create more time for people to interact with each other, because the networking part of these events clearly holds a lot of energy, and I think it's very important, especially for Italy and Italians, to learn how to share, to learn how to participate with each other and exchange cards and do all of that, because that's the only way to create a really energetic and sustainable system. In that regard, it's very interesting. There was a note, but I was told that apparently we're the #1 site in Twitter today, and so there's a lot of action going on out there. And I got to tell you that the difference between this year and last year is really noticeable in terms of the efforts that we put out with the embassy. We talked about you know, the importance of creating a team, and I think that you've heard about it. I don't need to repeat that, but I will say that one of the things that I have that I've noticed in Italy is, you know, there's a lot of genius here and a lot of design genius. In other words, I think there's a lot of energy and focus and love that goes into product development. What I think is important also is to team up with a business, a strong business presence as your partner, because I have noticed and talked to a number of people that, you know, the purpose of this, at least I believe the purpose of it, and the venture guys do, and the money people do, is that is to build a business, and to really not, your product is of little use unless you can find the market for it. And that's often takes a lot of energy, a lot of different kind of thinking. And so I think that I just urge you all that are starting companies to make sure you've got a strong business partner along with you. And the other, just the last point, I want to just sound a much more encouraging, or continue to sound an encouraging note. And that is that from my experience in the venture world, eyes are beginning to turn toward Europe, the U.S. eyes. I think that there was a period, when it was just about the United States. There's a period about, there's a time when everyone became very excited about China, maybe India, Israel, and looking at those areas and not so much at Europe. It seems to me that with some energy that's really happening in England and in Germany, that the European ecosystem is beginning to gather some energy and some momentum. And I think that it's an encouraging moment for Italy to think about participating and being able to participate in that kind of activity. You're all in the same area, you're together, Schengen, helps, and I look forward, and I hope that that I know that venture business in the United States is beginning to ask, well, let's look at England, let's look at Germany, what's happening in Italy and France, and it's an opportunity, and to try to, I heard that comment about linking with Silicon Valley, which is sort of the mother lode, but they're looking for other opportunities outside the United States right now. And lastly, from what I can tell, I've mentioned in my early comments that with Minister Passera, with Minister Profumo, this Monti government, there is an understanding that the digital world is important. There may not be a deep comprehension of how it works. I can't say that, but they're appuntano in questa direzione, and they're really looking to somehow encourage e-government and to encourage an understanding and appreciation for why that is a great growth engine for Italy. And I think that's an encouraging time. It's not going to be easy, but I feel, compared with last year, I feel very encouraged that with this government, there's a new mentality, and with the energy of all of you, which I hope you'll take out and keep going, there's an encouraging future for the digital economy and digital activity here in Italy. Thank you for all coming. Before saying goodbye to you all, I do want to have Sandy and the rest of your team come up. Tiziana, Antonio, where are you? Francesca, Stefano, Marco, Stephen, and Fabio. I want to say that this team of people have put on a wonderful event. You've seen, to get everything to work right, to get the screens to work, the mics to work, the promotion of all this, getting the speakers in and getting all the logistics organized. And I just want to say that we can't do it without you. You have been a wonderful team. This one is the most marvelous event putter-oner that I know, and I just want you to give them all a very big round of applause, and thanks for coming.